Hi, Jamie Maloney here. First, thank you for taking some time to watch my video. The purpose of this video and the following video series is to educate you on what a water fast is and to document my own personal experience with water fasting. Now, first off, let me say that I am an experienced water faster. I have done several fasts over the last 4 months. As a result, I have lost 40 pounds. I am roughly today I'm at 237 pounds. My peak weight in September 2017 was a little over 270 pounds. And so through the years, I have tried a number of different types of diets, from exercising to HCG, low calorie, meal delivery services. All of those various diets produced little results. Fasting via water fasting has been the one weight loss technique that works time and time again. It also eliminates the issues with plateaus, and it also has regenerative benefits to the body. And so the goal of this video series, again, is to document my own experience with water fasting, but also educate you on the benefits that you can get through water fasting. So again, this is day one of my 28-day water fast. It's currently February 1st. 2018, and each day I will take my vitals and my stats as I can measure at home, and I will document those in these videos and also give you some information on what a water fast is. So again, I have done a handful of fasts before doing this 28-day water fast. I started with a 5-day fast, followed it up with another 5-day fast about a week or two later, did a couple of 3-day, some 2-day fasts, and my longest fast to date is 14 days. Now, when I say a fast in terms of the number of days, pretty much everybody in the community talks about 24-hour periods. So if you do a 3-day fast, you do 72 hours. And so for those people that are watching this that are inspired to do some level of fasting, start off with a 3-day goal. And you can start that at, say, noon on a Sunday and then end it on noon on a Wednesday. Therefore, you've only actually went 2 days without food in between, but you've done a full 72-hour or a 3-day fast. And that's what I always recommend people that are considering doing fasts start with. I'll get people that'll say, well, why don't I just do a 1-day fast and see how that is? And I always advise against that, because if you're going to do a fast, you've got to get through those first 2 days. The first 2 days you're going to experience hunger as the body moves from working off of the glucose stores and then moving into ketosis, and that's where the hunger issues come. It's a unique thing that how after day 2, and really, to be honest with you, for me, it's only day 1, but after day 2, a lot of people say the hunger goes away. When I did my 14-day fast, it was, again, one day was a little bit difficult as my body was trying to get the glucose stores back up to where they're used to being, and me not obviously returning them to them, and then going into ketosis. But once my body moved into ketosis, it becomes a mental challenge. And so it's weird in the sense that you would think a long fast would be, the most difficult at the very beginning. But after the first 2 days, it becomes a mental challenge and not a physical challenge. Okay, so over the course of this next 28 days, I'm going to be doing a daily video. And in this series, you're going to get a lot of information about what water fasting is and what it can do for the body. I'm primarily doing water fasting to lose weight. I'm currently down 40 pounds from my peak weight of just over 270. I put on a few pounds here in the last week leading up to my fast, because I've allowed myself to eat carbohydrates, and I've gained 5 pounds within the last week. Before that, I was maintaining a consistent 230 on a primarily ketogenic diet, and I'll talk about that. So the first thing you might be thinking is, well, yeah, you've done the fast, you've lost a lot of weight, and the weight is going to come back. Now, of course, it's going to come back if you go back to your old eating habits. You've got to make a mental correction in your head to change the way that you eat. So I actually had done that back in September when I eliminated sodas and Diet Cokes. I had a severe Diet Coke addiction, and I switched to water. As a matter of fact, as of now, 5 months into this whole dietary change, I haven't had any sodas, and I've had nothing but water and some alcohol when I'm out with friends. So I've severely depleted my intake of alcohol, and no Diet Cokes, no sodas, strictly just water. So that one change right there, if you're not going to make any other change to your diet, if you could just eliminate sugary drinks from your diet and switch to water, you're going to see a range of tremendous health benefits from that. Also got off of the fast food and the high carbohydrate diets, and been doing all of my meals at home, not all, but most of them at home. Ordered Omaha steaks, stocked my freezer up with, steaks, chickens, hot dogs, things like that, mostly protein diets, a lot of bacon and eggs. And this is all stuff I'm going to talk about throughout the course of the video. And so when you're on your non-fasting days, if you choose to adopt an intermittent fasting lifestyle, and I'll talk about what intermittent fasting is. A 28-day water fast is not what somebody is going to typically do. And we'll get into what intermittent fasting is, also called time-restricted eating throughout the course of this video. But it's important to make that change in between the days that you are not going to be fasting, that you switch your diet. And so for me, I've switched to primarily a high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate diet, and I've seen tremendous benefit, tremendous dropping in some of my vital statistics. And when I reintroduce carbohydrates, I see them revert right back to the some of the poorer numbers or non-healthy numbers. So carbohydrates are definitely the enemy to weight gain. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about my own, battle with weight. I was somebody who didn't gain weight until I got into college, and right now I'm 40 years old. I gained, throughout high school, I was, average weight, maybe a little bit on the heavier side. But getting into my 20s, my weight, started going up and consistently from about 170 up to a peak of 270, which was in September 2017. My goal has been to lose 100 pounds over the course of this next year, currently roughly at 40 pounds. And so what I expect from this fast is to drop between 20 and 30 pounds net. Now, when I do my fast, I will lose a lot more weight up front, but that is fluid weight, and we will talk about that. That comes back after the fast, and we will talk about that as well. But I went through a number of weight loss programs. I did the HCG diet. I've done very strenuous exercise with little adjustment to my diet. I've done the at-home meal delivery. I've tried them multiple times a day, small meals, and it all does not work for me because I consider myself a food addict. And a person who is addicted to something, they need to be treated like an addict. And so when you're addicted to food, you have the same cravings, or your body is demanding food in the same way that somebody that is addicted to alcohol or is addicted to heroin is. And so we need to change the dynamic on the way we treat people that are overweight and severely overweight and obese, which I was. And so when somebody is addicted to something, you abstain from it. So you have to fast to kill the cravings and kill that desire to eat. And so when I eat little portions of food, my addiction kicks in and I want more and more. So once I start eating, I have a difficult time stopping eating. And so that's why low calories or multiple meals a day never worked for me. But I always noticed that I could go for a long period of time and not eat. It didn't bother me. And so it's interesting, but years ago, when I was talking about, weight loss with my grandfather, and he made the comment, if you want to lose weight, just stop eating. And that inspired me to look into what, happens to the body when it stops eating, and a range of benefits, of which most will be covered throughout the course of this video, begin to happen. Weight loss is actually a side effect of the primary benefits that occur throughout the body, most notably the effects of autophagy, which is cellular eating and regeneration. That was the 2015 or 2016 Nobel Prize was awarded to a biochemist for their results or their research into that and what it does for the body. And so fasting is just a powerful tool to regenerate the body, lose weight, kill food cravings, and get a much better physique without spending one day in the gym. Now, I'm not saying don't go to the gym. The gym is for, toning up and heart health and making yourself look great. But if you just want to lose fat, you lose fat by caloric deficit and creating an imbalance between the calories that you take in and the calories that you expend. And so you say, well, why don't I just reduce the number of calories? So if you're used to consuming an 1,800 day calories and you say, let's go down to 1,300, you're going to lose weight by creating that 500 calorie deficit. But your body is your biggest enemy. And so what happens, your body then lowers the metabolic rate to account for this now lower intake of calories. and your body then goes into a plateau period. And so you got to keep lowering and lowering calories. But an opposite thing happens when you go into a fasting mode. Now, your body does lower the metabolic rate. Yes, it does. But it doesn't lower it to zero, obviously. And studies show that you burn between 0.5 and 0.7 pounds of fat once the body is in ketosis. And so the weight loss then is very quick and very rapid, and you're going to learn a lot about that throughout the course of this video. I highly recommend a book to talk about a lot of the statistics, a lot of the science behind that, of which I'm going to touch on throughout the course of this video. But Dr. Jason Fung, he is I think a Toronto-based, a Canadian-based doctor specializing in treating patients with diabetes. You can reduce type 2 diabetes with fasting, and he does that at his clinic, and he educates other doctors, and he's written a book called The Complete Guide to Fasting. So I highly recommend that you read that book. It talks about intermittent fasting, daily fasting, extended fast, all of that. And fasting is 100% safe. If you're going to do something extended in excess of 7 days and you're inexperienced, you should definitely consult a medical professional, although be prepared for them to advise against it. The medical community is not highly supportive of fasting, in my opinion. It's because fasting can cure a lot of the ailments and diseases, even cancers. There's a lot of videos on people that have fasted and eliminated or greatly reduced the impacts of cancer tumors on their bodies. And so I invite you to check out YouTube for other video testimonials of people that have done fasts, anywhere from just a simple 24-hour one all the way up to 28, 30, 40 days or more. The world record for fasting is 382 days. A 400-pound man taking nothing more than a multivitamin dropped down to 170 pounds over the course of 382 days under medical supervision, but again, taking nothing more than a multivitamin. So you're going to learn all about how this is possible and the other restorative and regenerative benefits of a fast. You're also going to see me shrink and change in the different numbers that are going to be reflected in my statistics that I take each and every morning. At the end of the video, I will take my shirt off, I'll step back, and I'll just kind of do a 180, or I should say a 360, so you can get a look at my physique and compare it along the way. So this, again, the start of my fast. Currently this morning I was 237.2 pounds. I had 30.2% body fat. My glucose number was 99. My waist size was 45.5 inches. My blood pressure was 145/102, and my resting pulse was 102. So again, I'll talk about how those numbers have been affected in past fasts, what I expect and what I will see throughout that, and also document them and give you tips on how you can also complete a successful fast over the course of this next 28 days. So again, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, take off the mic, take off my shirt, let you see the body as I am right now, and then compare it over the course of these next 28 days, and you'll see a lot slimmer me at the end of this video series. So again, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video.